Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, Raphael here, and welcome back to another video. And it's kind of a different video today. I haven't uploaded in a while because just because I do not know what to upload. So bear in mind, I do stream on Twitch a lot. I will also be streaming on Twitch today. I don't know when this video will come out, but I'm also gonna stream the NHL All Star Game. Do a watch along and all that stuff. So yeah, if you want to check it out, I'm gonna put a link in the description below. But yeah, coming back to the actual point of this video, I've been listening to a lot of Locked on Avalanche at this point. Shout out to at Locked on Avalanche. I'm gonna put their all of the videos that I'm gonna watch today and their links down in the description below. And yeah, I'll go check their channel out. One of the best Avalanche guys people I like to listen to. So shout out to them. But they did this thing called mid-season grades. So I'm gonna be reacting. I haven't watched this because I wanted to save it up for a video, but I wanted to have them complete their grades until I give my grades. So I've jumped to the point where they talk about the mid-season grades, and I'm gonna be putting my grades, and I'm also gonna react to what they give each player, if that makes sense. So we're gonna full screen this. At this point, shout out to Chris and Kyle. Make sure to follow them on anything. You're probably gonna come from this channel before you watch me. So yeah, I'm a pretty big Avs fan. I've started watching them this year more than any other year, I feel like. So yeah, but we're gonna get started here. Yeah, let's go.
All right. Last thing to get to,
We're
and that
gonna
is
quiet this a bit down.
mid-season grades. Like I said,
Mid-season grades,
a
yep.
handful of these throughout the week, and we'll do the top line. So we got Nathan MacKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, Jonathan Drouin. We'll start with the easy ones, sir. Nathan MacKinnon.
Nathan MacKinnon, A. I'm not gonna give him an A plus because he has started the season off a bit slow. Yeah, if you remember, he didn't have a lot of points at the start of the season, but then mid-season he started turning it up, and then he's the best player in the NHL right now for me. If you disagree, you can leave a comment down below. But for me, he is the best player right now in the world. So yeah, I'm only gonna give him an A plus. I think that you have to be perfect. Wait, hold on. I actually don't know how they are gonna grade it.
It's A
Let me just listen.
with however many pluses you want to put next to it, and I don't think that's really debatable.
Okay, then it's an A plus for me, not an A double plus. So I guess it's an A plus for me then for Nate.
Yeah, that's absolutely an A plus, and that feels like it's still
Yep.
less than what he deserves. So like
Yeah.
in video games, and you could go A plus, and then you can go.
I get
S. S is like top tier in video games, so you can go S
Yeah.
tier.
Okay.
If they want to go S tier, I'll give him an S. But yeah, any top thing, then that MacKinnon gets that. Yeah.
To me, it's just like you give him A and like 5 pluses. Can he keep those 5 pluses? You know what? Make this a restaurant thing. You know, like Michelin stars. Restaurants get like 3 Michelin stars if they're like top of the line, and those can always get
Michelin
taken away.
stars for hockey.
Nathan MacKinnon right now is
Okay.
a 3 Michelin star restaurant. And
For sure.
at the end of the year, will he still be that, or does 1 get taken away, or does 2 stars get taken away?
I'm just gonna let them finish, and then I'll say my point.
The way that he's
Gotta
playing,
get some water.
I don't see
I haven't
anything getting
drinking a
taken
lot
away
today.
from
I
him.
need to
But
drink. Always drink, kids.
whatever
Always drink.
grade you want to use, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 100, A, B, C, D, he is at the max of whatever.
Sure.
And it's even hard to figure out a way where he can lose that with the pace that he's at right now.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mikko Rantanen.
Mikko. Ooh, that's a tough one for me. Mikko. It's tough for me because I feel like Mikko has been at some points underwhelming this season, but he's been putting up numbers on this team. He's been putting up big numbers, and you can't like just say, oh, you can just disregard that. So I'm gonna give him an A minus. A minus for Miko. I think that's fair. If Nathan McKinnon is an A plus, he's an A minus. I think that's yeah. I mean, in the last couple of weeks he's played better, but yeah, for me A minus. Yeah.
That's an easy A for me as well. He just
Sure.
continues to be. I don't want to say he's the Robin to McKinnon's Batman, because I think that's a knock on him, because it's not what he is. It's a Batman and Batman combo that we have here. And,
Sure.
he's just
I get where they're coming from, but I kind of disagree. McKinnon is the better player. He is the by far better player. Miko, I think Miko, and this might be a hot take, and y'all might, not like my opinion on this, but I don't think Miko does that well if he, like, let's say you put him in the Roaring 20s line, with Colton and with Ross Colton, with Logan O'Connor, and with Miles Wood, and you bump, like, let's say Logan O'Connor down. I don't think he does as well, but he's still gonna do well, but not as well. So I'm gonna give him an A minus. But I like Miko, obviously. Obviously, I like Miko.
just as good as McKinnon, not the numbers, but production, what he means to the team. He continues to just be the constant for the Colorado Avalanche. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I hate that you baited me into this analysis, but you said Batman and Robin. Miko and Nate are Iron Man and Captain America. They're not sidekicks. They are individual superheroes. And
sure,
whenever Nathan McKinnon is like cooling off from scoring a goal, or when things are down and momentum shifting, Miko always shows up with that goal that everybody forgets about.
He does.
It's always just quick. It's far down. It's in. It's out. And things are. He's always right there. He's like he just shows up, does what he's got to do, and goes. It's never like a big storyline like Nate has all these streaks and records and all this. Miko just gets in, gets it done, and goes home. And Miko is fantastic. He's
I can get behind that.
They just, two guys that have just played together as long as they have. You see it. You see it. They just know exactly
I can
where
get
they're
behind
be.
that.
They know what to expect.
I can
and,
definitely
Miko's
get behind
66
that.
points. Yep. If Nathan McKinnon wasn't doing what he's doing, like this was Miko Rantanen last year when everyone was getting hurt and he was the only guy that you could like rely on.
Miko,
was by far
Miko
the most valuable player last year. But 66 points, that's tied for 6th right now. He's one
Miko's good.
Connor McDavid.
Miko A minus. Yeah.
You can't argue it. Like you can't.
Well, you got to put it into context a bit more. McDavid has been hurt for 3 games this season, and the Avalanche have like 4 more games than the Oilers. So, I'm not making excuses, but let's not act like McDavid has less numbers than Rantanen.
It's crazy. It's crazy how he just continues to be. And again, we were talking about how the Avalanche seem to be like maybe a little bit sliding under the radar as a team. Miko Rantanen, that's what
Miko's great. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but
the players that are
gotta put things into context.
Household names. He's always at the top of that list, and it's kind of a
gotta
shame
put
that
things into context.
Not more notable
context. My
in
bad.
the grand scheme of things. Because
my bad. Context.
You could, because for so long you couldn't talk about Connor McDavid without Leon Draisaitl, and I feel like that same spotlight should be shown on Nathan McKinnon.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But there's also another guy though that definitely needs to be in that conversation as well. But I think they're gonna get to him later.
One or the other, never together, and I hate that for both of them.
And it's also another reason why I hate this. Every team gets at least one player into the All-Star game.
Because that's
and
bad.
You're really going to tell me Miko Rantanen's not an All-Star?
No.
Just going through.
He's an All-Star.
Leaders,
yeah.
I'm
it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it is. That's horrible from the NHL.
Miller on the All-Star team?
That's horrible. That's horrible. Horrible from the NHL.
Let me check really quickly.
Miko should be an All-Star.
Here. JT Miller.
Just the fact that the Colorado Avalanche are sitting on 2 top 10 in the league.
Yeah.
Guys with
So-
points. Like, it's incredible.
So
Yeah.
yeah, JT Miller is. So
Yeah,
Mikko
that's
Rantanen
insane.
is
Yeah.
the only guy. You have to get down to Braden Point. I don't think Braden Point's on the All-Star team. All these guys that are mixed in for the top point leaders, Mikko Rantanen's the only one that's not going.
That is crazy.
You have to
He
get
should
down- yeah,
he
Braden
should be
Point was
going.
tied for 15th.
He should be going.
Is
There's
I don't
no-
think he's going.
no
That's how far
excuse.
down you have to go. Everybody
No
else on that list is
excuses.
going to the All-Star game. What is wrong with that? What's wrong with it? A lot. So, anyway, yeah. So that's where we are with Mikko. And then the last one we'll do is Jonathan Drouin.
Druin. Ooh. Interesting one. For the expectations, because I always adapt my opinions to the expectations I have for the player. Like, obviously, a Druin is not going to have the same... I'm not going to have the same expectations for Druin than, like, a McKinnon. Obviously not. And I think he's been settling in this top line very nicely. I mean, B+. I'll give him a B+. I don't know.
It's been a season.
A is a bit too far for me, I feel like. But I don't want to discredit him, but I really like Drew, and I love that he's with the Avalanche, one of Nathan McKinnon's old friends, so but still B+ for me. B+.
So far for him, started off not so good, a little bit slow, got, line demoted a couple times.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He's been with a healthy scratch one or two times. He has come back in a big way. And
that is crazy. That is crazy. If you think right now, Curtis McDermott is playing for the Avalanche as a fourth line forward. That's
a good second
insane.
Half of the first half.
B to B+.
Season.
That's my ranking.
What grade would you give him right now? I'm interested.
I'm
More
giving
B+.
him a flat B.
Fair.
I'm with you on that.
Fair.
I think, and maybe it's
fair.
more of what he's done recently.
Makes
but
sense. Fair.
That's a big part.
Fair.
That you
is
started
fair.
off the season the way that you
Fair,
did, but
fair,
you've
fair.
improved as the season goes on.
Fair.
I take that into big consideration. So I'm
Fair.
with you. I think it'd be
Fair.
And for
B to
anybody
B+.
who says that is a little high. We just had a conversation when Artturi Lehkonen came back on if he should even go back to his normal position on the top line because Drouin has taken that spot, and it's hard to see.
Well, Lehkonen is also such a beast. I love that he came back, but
him not be up there on that top line with
We'll see.
And Mikko Rantanen.
We will see.
That tells you something. That's not just a spot you could plug anybody in, and it's not just a spot for any old player. So for Drouin to be a top line guy that helps move that top line.
By the way, this is going to be a bit uncut, so if you expect cuts from this, I'm sorry. Maybe I should have done this on stream. Maybe I'll even do this on stream. Maybe if some people haven't watched it, I'll do this on stream when we're streaming the All-Star game. So yeah, we'll see.
That speaks a lot for where he's come from the beginning of the season.
What do we got for stats for him? I just want to bring him up. So he's got.
Jordan's got some decent stats, I think. Decent, not too crazy.
Points on the season.
28.
10 goals, 18 assists, and a lot of that has come in the past 2 months, really.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
If they tagged on a third assist, those numbers would be way up because
oh yeah,
a lot of his
they would be
are split between Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, Taser, and Makar. So
yeah,
it's hard to get that third assist, but he's always there. He's always a part of that.
He is.
Yeah, I think
Druin has been doing a great job. Great job.
B- B range for me, and sure, a lot of it.
If Lehkonen gets better, you just got to test it out, man. You just got to test it out.
How he's come out.
I think that's it.
Early season.
I think that's all they did
so you can
for.
Continue that. You have a full
for those
half
forwards.
of the season. I
think that's the last one they did for this episode.
Half of the first season. You might be looking at an A for him, for me, at the end of the year. So
maybe that could.
What do you think? Throw out
could be possible.
comments on those three guys. We'll get to some more on tomorrow's episode. But as far as the top line, what do you think?
I think
Rate them. grade him however you want to do it.
Oh well, top line, A, just A, for me. A.
Yeah, we'll get to more tomorrow. That'll wrap it up for.
All right. This is the second one they posted, so we're just gonna jump right into that.
Season grades right now. Like we said, we got the Roaring 20s line and Avalanche. So let's start with Val.
Avalanche, A. Boom, right there, A. I do not care. I hope he gets better. We really need him. He's been such a great addition to this squad. He is such a great, not has been. He is such a great addition to this squad. Unreal dude. Talking about a guy who can change the game at a moment's time. Insane. He's done so much for the Avalanche. It's unreal. I'm giving him an A. A.
So far in the season, 40 games played,
yeah.
22 goals, 20 assists, 42 points. He's a +9. Obviously hasn't.
That's literally almost an all-star. Literally
played the past handful of games going into the player assistance program, but up until then was crushing it. He's killing it.
Absolutely.
Feel weird giving him a grade at this point, but I'd give him, if I had to give him a grade, to be determined, but A.
Oh,
yes.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'd probably give him like a solid A, hovering A minus.
I get that.
We are not including the stuff that he's going through right now.
I get that.
I get that. To do that, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The guy reached out for help and he's going to get it.
Yeah, I hope.
Against him.
By the way, I hope you get better, Valentushkin. Take all the time you need. As a person who has been struggling with mental health myself, it's good to get help. So if y'all are out there and have something on your mind that you want to talk about, get help. Really, get some help. Your family members or anything. Talk to someone, because that always helps. It might be tough. It's hard to do that, but always do that. So I'm happy that he's getting help, and yeah, hope he comes back soon.
Whatsoever. So based on what he's done on the ice, I think he's been so important to the team.
Oh,
so important. He's obviously missed. But yeah, I am A with you.
A, yeah.
All the way.
1,000%.
All the way, yep.
Yeah. Ross Colton.
Tough one for me again. It's tough to grade some of these because Ross Colton has now been doing it. He's now he's been good before, but he's now really come to this really valuable spot in the lineup with Logan O'Connor and Miles Wood. So I'm giving him a B- to a B. Maybe also C+ could be in there.
7 games played, 10 goals, 16 assists, 26 points.
Not bad.
Season. What do you got for good old Ross?
B-.
No, I'm saying this in the nicest way possible, but I'm going to B- on Ross Colton.
Yo, me and Kyle have that connection. I'm telling you, man. Me and Kyle, bro. Me and Kyle.
I would agree with you on that. I think I'm with you on Colton. Why do you go B- with him?
B- because yes, his production's there. Yes, he has that endless motor and that grit. But there's been times.
By the way, I promise I haven't watched this. So I'm just going with the flow.
The penalties are just a little
Oh yeah. They're
a little detrimental in the moment. And I get they're also doubling it up.
I get that.
Firing the team up.
I get that.
Showing your grit, and not being pushed over. But you expect it to be a little bit cleaner. The B-, if tack on a couple extra goals, bring that to a 30 point, and we were talking a flat B+.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
B-
for sure.
right now. I love Ross Colton. Love what he does.
Love him, bro.
But
love him.
Like
love his production at the moment.
Especially if you listen every dayers to the conversation we had with Adam Denker, Locked on Lightning, on the potential of Ross Colton and what he could have.
I'm not gonna lie. I only watch them when they're alone. Yeah. I don't know why I wanted to say it, but I wanted to say it. So yeah.
I'd like to see just a little bit more.
Jesus.
26 points right now. Like I said, his career high is 39. So
Whew.
you would think that he
Oh
could
yeah,
reach
on
that.
pace. Oh,
You
he's going to
mentioned the
reach it.
penalties. He's at 45 penalty minutes right now. His
I didn't know it was that much. Lord have mercy.
career high is 50.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, God,
we're
he's
halfway
gonna-
through the year, and he's 5 minutes away from breaking that. So you would like to see that come down a little bit.
Yeah.
His aggressive nature kind of does lead to some,
That's
silly
tough. That's
penalties
tough.
here and
That's
there.
tough. Yeah.
But I think he's been what they want him to be.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: it's like they've also asked him to do a little bit more because this 2C thing hasn't really played out. So they've asked him to maybe step up a little bit.
For sure.
And I don't
For
mean this in
sure.
a negative way, but he hasn't elevated his game to what they need it to be. It's pretty much remained what they expected it to be.
Oh yeah.
So because of that, I'm with you. I give him like a B minus because I would have loved him to take the reins of, you need me to do a little bit more, I got you. But there has been some moments of disappearing act for him.
Yep.
It doesn't
sure.
last too long, but it is there. But that's normal for him. That's kind of, but getting on this line and getting this line going with him.
This line, I love this line. This might be even more than the top line because I know what the top line can do. But seeing this line evolve is just so good. Like, it's just so satisfying because these three have been on opposite lines. They've been switching lines all, and now they're there and they just have this energy, the forward checking, the passing plays, the general chemistry in the line is so good that I do not want them to split up that line for any reasons. So it's good. I just love the line. Love it.
O'Connor and Wood. It's
Unbelievable.
It's the most fun to watch.
Yes.
Outside of Nathan McKinnon.
Yes. Thank you for saying it.
So,
I have the same opinion.
I think it's been a great addition to the team, and I'm with you. B
Unreal.
B minus for
Love
Ross
it.
the boss.
Let's move over to another newbie, and that's Miles Wood.
Miles Wood, B+. He's been super aggressive on the PK. I mean, what can you say about the guy? He has so much skill, but I don't think you notice that when you first glance at him. He has such a tough nature, forechecking. I'll give him a B to a B+, but I'm leaning more towards B+, because I remember he was out with a sickness, and then he just came back. Roaring 20s line, amazing. He has played amazing. So B or B+ for me. Anywhere you can, but definitely better than Ross Colton because he has shown much more than he has, and he's also a great defensive forward. So yeah, B+. I'm leaning more towards a B+.
44 games played, 8 goals, 10 assists, 18 points.
Wow, that low? I didn't know it was that low. Jeez, I might have to.
For
I might have to go down. I didn't know his stats were that low. Jeez. Yeah, I might go down to a B- too then.
so far
Oh, God.
on the season, and just a ball and bundle of energy.
He is.
That
he
was
is.
one of the deals that was questionable at the beginning of the year based on term. I think people are loving it right now. We're only into half of year of a 6-year contract.
I'll love to see him in the playoffs. Oh my God, he's gonna be a beast. Can't wait.
Now this is again, love you, Miles. It's nice having former Devils over here, but that's going to be a C+ for Miles.
I'll go
You
B-
would
to
like
B.
and you talked about a disappearing act.
The
for Ross.
PK, for me, the PK is what sets him. I mean, he does play on the PK occasionally, and when he does, he's playing really good on the PK. So for me, yeah, he does disappear sometimes. So for me, it's a B- to a B.
Ross, Miles Wood is very good with the disappearing act, and he started out the year really on fire, and then that was it. And it's Andre Burakovsky with a cannonball. That's the mixture that you get with Miles Wood. And if there was a little bit more in the points production, like I get you're noticeable and you make it a point that we all notice you, but I'd also like to see a little bit more production.
For sure.
But that is coming. That has been lately. He's been on a nice little points run here. I'm just looking at his game logs. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 6 games he scored in five of those games. Prior to that, though,
that's cool. That's cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row.
Yeah.
So
he does,
that's what you get from.
But he's such a great guy on the forecheck and just on the PK, so he doesn't really need to score points to contribute, and that's what I mean by, him just being him. He's just a ball of energy, as they said.
But again, like recently, he's been.
I'm gonna give Logan O'Connor a really high grade.
Like he's always gonna give you the energy, always.
A really high grade.
Now he's at least recent. Like he's been throwing in some points here and there, goals and assists.
Oh yeah.
So that's just like extra what you're getting with Miles Wood.
Roaring 20s
I'm
line.
with you on the C+ thing. And if this continues, he can go up a full letter grade for me if this continues by the end of the year.
For sure.
No problem.
B+, yes.
But I'd like to see that
B+,
going.
yeah.
It might be a little bit difficult for him because he's not a scorer. But playing with this line, he might get a lot of good opportunities
for sure.
With the 120 line. So we'll see.
He's a good player.
I'd like to see a little bit more.
Good player.
And then finally, Logan O'Connor.
I love LOC from the start of the year when I started watching the Avalanche, like fully. Oh my god, I love that dude. 3 goals, like 3 PK goals in a row. Like in 3 games in a row. That was insane when he did that. I love him. I'm going B+ to A-. I'm sorry. I don't care what his numbers are. I love him. I might be recency. It might be recency bias for me. He also scored his first hat-trick in Philly. I think it was a week ago, or a bit more than a week ago, but about a week ago. Okay, let me shut up. No, but yeah, B+. No, actually, okay, maybe A- is a bit. B to B+, and I'm leaning more towards a B+.
47 games played, 13 goals, 11 assists, 24 points. He's a +17 on the season.
Plus, I don't think people realize how insane +17 is. +17 is so good. It's unreal.
Talked about him a little bit earlier in this episode with that
B+
deal.
B+ has to be B+.
And
no way. I'm not trading him. I've heard this podcast and I know what they were talking about. But no, I'm not trading LOC by any means. I mean, if you get a superstar, I mean, obviously I'm not dumb. I'm not saying, if they get a reasonable deal for him, I'm not doing it because it's LOC, baby. If
we're saying how we're not going to trade him for Lindholm, we can't really give him anything less than an A. Can we?
No, he's
A?
Strictly like A- to flat A.
I'd give him a B+ to A-. I said that at first.
He's deserving of an A+.
Yep.
Whoa, okay, let's relax. I love LOC, but
pluses are not just for the Richie Riches. You know what I mean? Not just for the Nathan McKinnons and Cale Makars of the world. You can give A+ to guys that do their job and exceed at doing their job. That's Logan O'Connor to a T this year. He's been huge.
Unreal.
Team.
Unreal.
And
He's
we
been
talk
unreal.
about him a lot. We talked about it in the offseason. We're doing off-season grades, which, by the way, we focus on one guy. I talk about a little bit in longer content. We do one guy per episode. We're kind of going through them quickly just because it's mid-season. But everything that I was wanting out of Logan O'Connor, I'm kind of getting that this year. A little bit uptick in scoring. You're always going to get the hustle from him.
Dude, and his shot, I don't know if people realize, but he has such a nasty shot. In the last game against the Kings before the All-Star break started, he walks in the zone, toe snipe, post and in, top right corner. Are you kidding me? Is that LOC or is that Austin Matthews? Let me relax. But his shot, dude, he doesn't have the best hands, but he can pass. He can really pass. And his skating, he is so fast. And he's so aggressive. I love LOC. I love him.
His shorthanded goal streak was fun to watch.
Unbelievable to watch. All breakaways from his speed. All breakaways from his speed.
He's an A+ for me.
A+.
Yeah, 1,000%. I just like the flat A minus, just because there's more. And we talked last year.
You know there's
like,
more. Playoffs, unbelievable. He's going to be unbelievable in the playoffs this year. If he stays in that line with Wood and Colton, unreal this year. He's going to be unreal in the playoffs this year. I'm looking ahead too much, I know, but these are only midseason grades, so yeah.
Giving the offseason grade, we know
I think
there's
that's
more,
it for.
and he found it, and if it
for
looks
this.
like there's still more to go.
They've only released 3 episodes, so I don't know how long it is going to be.
He's already his career high is 26 points, and he's at 24. Got half a season to go, or a little bit less than that. To get 3 points. I think it's safe that he will do that.
He
Not
will
only
do that, of course.
Shooting percentage this year is 18%. Just to give you some context, previous years going backwards, 8.7, 6.3, 8.1. And he's shooting at 18.1% right now.
Unreal.
Guy can
Unreal guy.
That's
Unreal
confidence,
guy.
baby.
That is confidence.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for
yeah, that's going to do it. And then we're going to go to the last one. And here we go.
All right, let's get to a few more midseason grades here. We're going to mainly wrap up the forwards. I don't think we're going to...
I might make another one for the defensemen when they come out with it. So yes. Yeah, but they're going to wrap up the the bad part of the lineup. The bad part. Although there is one guy that I like to talk about a bit more. But...
Unless we want to throw Curtis McDermott into like the defensive side of things.
God, Curtis McDermott, stop.
Couldn't though because it did more forward than defense this year. But I'm really not throwing him in.
Zach Parise, I hope he starts like on the fourth line.
Just because he doesn't really do a ton when you're averaging like 4 minutes a game. So where we're going to
play any position at all? Some would say
he's a skater.
Yes, he was.
He's playing the skating position. Yeah, exactly.
All I can really go on with.
He's just a skater.
Where are we going to start here today, sir? Why don't we start with Ryan Johansson?
D. Fucking D. 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 I'm sorry. He has just not worked out. It hasn't worked out for Ryan Johansson. He's made so much mistakes. He's been horrible defensively. The only good thing that he does is winning faceoffs. That's what he does. He does pretty well. I don't get how he's still on the second power play. That makes no sense to me. He should have been the second line center. He should have, and he isn't. He is nowhere near that level. So D. It just hasn't worked out.
New addition.
He does. Hold on. Before I let this continue, he does score sometimes. I think he has, 11, 12 goals? And that's not bad. But still, no, it hasn't worked out. It hasn't worked out.
It's been a little bit of a struggle for him.
A bit is an understatement.
He has played 49 games, so he's played in every game. 11 goals, 7 assists, 18 points, -6 so far this year. What is your grade for Ryan Johansson?
I know this is going to be rough, but you have to hear it, Ryjo. You're a D+.
Fair. I'll give him a D.
And you played 49 games and you only managed to get 18 points. You started out on
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, go ahead.
You started out on the second line, and we talk about how the Roaring Twenties line took your job.
Literally.
You were brought in here for your production, and my goodness, we talk about McKinnon and his hat tricks, and Mikko with the hat trick watch, and LOC with the hat trick watch, and all this offensive explosion, and you can't get in on any of that. What are you doing, bud?
Yeah, I mean it's been a struggle. It's obviously just not working. Struggle. And for the guy who, this is the second year in a row now where you've had the Avalanche have more or less anointed a guy as the 2C, and it's not working out. It was Alex Newhook last year, and it's Ryan Johansson this year.
Newhook was cool though last year. Newhook was lit. I like Newhook.
You know, for someone that was supposed to come in and be your second line center, and when you look at it, like 49 games, 18 points.
Oh my bad, guys.
And I know a lot of that is because like he hasn't been on that line because they removed him from it. But when he was there, it started off okay. Started off okay. And I'm willing to give guys that are brand new to a team and brand new to a system a little bit of a grace period to really kind of like figure things out.
He is just
and I thought while he was doing that, he was doing all right. And
then he got worse. And he got worse.
Where he just hit a wall.
Yeah, he got worse.
And he's like, I can't keep up with you guys. And I can't play this style. It's too much for me. And Jared Bednar recognizes that, and he's putting him on a fourth line, and it's just like, hey, just don't screw up for us right now. And I have faith in him that he can at least do that. Of not screw up.
But that's not what you're looking for. That's not what we were looking for when we signed him in the offseason. So
much where he's allowing guys on other teams to run circles around him, but offensively he's just lost it. So I mean, with the Miles Wood grade, it was like more weighed on what he's doing recently, and I have to do the same for Ryan Johansson because what he's doing recently is not really what you wanted him to do. So
what he's doing recently is nothing.
I'm in agreement with you. I think he's in the D+ range right now, and that's sad to say that because I had high hopes for him coming in.
And we just got done talking in the first segment about Nathan McKinnon. He's got 80+ points. That's one shift away from Ryjo, and he can only manage 18. That's a huge discrepancy in just literally 30, 40 seconds a shift. Like, you've got to get out there and you have to be producing because the guys on your side, they're going to help you. So if you can't manage over 20 points in 49 games, I don't care if you're Ryan Johansson or whoever. That's not good.
I mean, on this team, you should just be able to get spoils left and right and just get those like greasy goals,
especially on the second line.
Doesn't Georgie have 2 points already this year?
I saw somebody posted that
he does have 2 points. Yeah,
as many points as Chris McDermott this year.
Oh my god.
Georgie, yeah.
That's the level of points that are out there you could just fall into that our goalie has too.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. So we'll see where this goes. I think he is just they're just waiting to deal him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's funny that he's still sticking around and Tomas Tatar was out the door as fast as he was. I think it's a little bit different with Ryan Johansson just because of his contract. Where it's easier to move Tatar. I mean, what'd you get for him? Like 5th round pick or something like that? Yep. So it's a little bit different for Johansson, but I do think he is getting dealt by the deadline. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you gonna throw something in there?
Yeah, if I was Ryan Johansson, I'd start complaining about my back and then enjoy that contract because wherever I'm about to go, they're going to make me work.
And you lose sight of $8 million, or I mean, his AAV.
$8 million? Oh my god!
He's $8 million.
What is that?
Andrew Cogliano, Mr.
Cogs, C plus.
Liable, 43 games.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's been great. He's just, he's just himself. He hasn't gone over my expectations or under. He's just C plus. C plus is fair for him. He's doing his job. PK, good PK dude. Yeah, C plus.
It's not for the numbers for him, but anyway, he's got 4 goals.
Good forechecker as well. Good defensive forward.
Just continues to do what he's supposed to do. He's never jumping off the stat sheet, but he's
literally,
he's a senior Miles Wood, if you ask me. Not in the speed department or anything like that. Just the effort. You're always going to get 100% from him.
For sure.
I can't go more than a C, but it's a good C.
I'll give him a C plus.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. He is a flat C, like 75%. He is your. I mean, you can ask nothing more of him, and he's not letting you down. Mm-hmm. When he's in there, you know exactly what you're getting. It might not be it might not be goals, might not be points.
Yep.
Might not be minutes in some instances, but he's out there. He's a unit. He gets things going.
Performs,
he's a
man. He
great
performs.
force and a great teammate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good.
And finally, we'll wrap these up with Fredrik Olofsson.
Jeez, Freddie. What grade do I give Freddie? Jesus. I mean, he's all right. C- to flat C.
So 47 games played, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9
It's
points
not bad.
for him.
It's not bad.
I think he's been a pleasant surprise. I think he's been
C,
consistent.
the C minus.
You know, he's just that depth guy that you need. Every team needs, and you know he has some really good shifts, and he has some shifts where it's just like, okay, that's kind of what you expect out of a fourth line guy. But I'm not disappointed in what he's given to the Avalanche this year.
No, I'm not disappointed.
So and again, not basing
C
it
to C
on
plus.
on points
Changed it a
because
bit.
he's a bottom 6 guy and mainly a bottom fourth line guy. For what you're expected to do there and what they expect from him, I'll go a nice C plus.
Yeah.
I was going to go a C minus because when he has his flares, when he's on it, I mean he looks good, and you want to see him piece that together. You know, there's a little bit more in there. You like to see him string it together, and he's still kind of. He's been playing 40 plus games with the Avalanche. He should have everything together by now, but get you some confidence. I'm pretty sure you can double that number by the end of the season. But I would like to see a little bit more because I could see it. I could see it. It is there.
Yeah,
it is there. Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're gonna. The only way I think you'll get more out of him if he plays on a more consistent line with consistent players. Like, you know, the bottom pairings have just been like, or the bottom lines have just been like rolling over.
Yeah. Bottom line has just been all over the place with defensemen, and the injuries has just been terrible. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
So he's not playing like the Roaring 20s line. Like, those guys are gelling because they're playing every game together.
Yeah, for
Olofsson's
sure.
Playing with different guys. He's playing with call-ups. He's playing with 2 defensemen sometimes.
Yeah.
So, you know, he doesn't really have that
Brown,
routine of playing with the same guys game in and game out. If that can happen, maybe you start seeing a little bit more consistency from his game shift to shift. Maybe that's a big part of it.
But you learn a lot of lessons in those instances, and you learn a lot about your talent where it matches up at the NHL level. And in those moments,
definitely,
Bednar is looking for what you do in those moments. If you crumble and go invisible, or if you actually try and you put into effort and you try and make everybody better, that's how the Roaring 20s line is where they are right now.
For sure. Yes.
They're great. So, yeah, let us know what you think with those guys. We'll do defensemen next, and then we'll finish it up with the goalies. So that pretty much wraps it up for the forwards. What do you think?
I'll probably do.
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. So first of all, shout out to Chris and Kyle, at their Twitter or X handles right there. Just, I mean, if you haven't yet, you probably have, but if you haven't, go do that. Shout out to Locked on Avalanche podcast. Love listening to you guys. I don't know why I'm not subscribed. Jesus. I love it, man. Love the content that you guys bring out. Amazing people, really good guys. At least from what I can tell on screen. Some really great guys. I'll put a link in the description to all these 3 videos and their channel, if you haven't checked that out yet. I definitely probably agree with 95% of their opinions. I am going to do the defenders and goalies. I might just throw them all into one, because goalies is just like, there's just 2 people. So it's not really long. It wouldn't be a long episode then. But I don't really know what to say. Overall, for the forwards, if I had to give them a grade, I'm giving them a B for all the forwards together, because the bottom lines have just not done their job, but then the top lines have done more than they need to do, or more than what's expected of them. Unreal. MVP is Nathan McKinnon for this team right now, for the league right now. So yeah, but yeah, great guys, Locked on Avalanche. Again, check them out. This has been your boy Raphael. I hope you have a good day, or night, or morning, wherever you're listening, or whenever you're listening to this. But one more thing before I go, I am going live for the All-Star game. I don't know if I'll upload this or not. I'm just gonna see how I feel about it. You know what? Fuck it. I might just upload it. Yeah, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my Twitch, link below. I do gaming stuff. Probably gonna do a gaming stream today, and watch hockey. Do watch-alongs, play-by-play commentary, and all that good stuff. So. Yeah, but yeah, for different sports as well, not only hockey. So definitely go check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been your boy, and peace out.